outside?
No. No one's outside.
Mayday, we're drifting. We have no power.
That's a town. I'll get the raft.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2022 science fiction thriller Arctic Void, a film that is co-written and directed by Darren Mann, and it stars Michael Weaver, Tim Griffin and Justin Hewen. Now the film focuses on three episodic documentary filmmakers who are in the Arctic to film a new episode that they're going to be doing. They are on like this vessel with other passengers, enjoying the scenery, enjoying like all the tourist traps that you would expect while on a trip like this. And then a strange event takes place and everybody disappears apart from these three individuals. They then try and figure out what is going on, where everybody has gone, and why some in their group are having declining health. Right. What are my thoughts on Arctic Void? Well, on the surface, I really liked, when I was reading up about this one, deciding whether to watch it or not, I like the idea of this film. I like the synopsis. I like sometimes these science fiction like mysteries. And that is very much what this film is, really. It's got some really stunning locations, some beautiful cinematography. I mean, very, very beautiful stuff. And while this obviously is reasonably low budget, it doesn't necessarily feel it because of the locations and the scenery and some of the direction. And the performers here, all the principal actors here, are actually very, very good indeed and hold the screen and are good performers and good actors. So all that kind of stuff is absolutely fine. I think the major problem that most people are going to have with this film, and I did to some degree, is its pacing. It's very, very slow paced. I mean, it just trundles along at a very, very snail-like pace that is going to put a lot of people off. For me, I couldn't get it out of my head while I was watching it. It kind of felt like an extended episode of The X-Files or something like that. I kept expecting Mulder and Scully to turn up at one point in the film. It really did feel like a genuinely like an episode from a show like The X-Files or an anthology show like Creepshow or something like that. And it lacks, other than the actual mystery as to what is going on, which does get answered in the film later on in the film. It does keep you interested and does keep you engaged as to what's going on. Where's everybody gone? Why is some people in the group like they keep having these wounds appear on them for no reason, and their health is declining quite severely, but the other two seem to be okay. Everybody's disappeared, and I mean everybody apart from these three, and the like tourist ship that they were on, there was at least a dozen people, but probably more on there. And then when they go off the ship and go like ashore, the local town as well is completely empty and abandoned. So there's something really odd going on there, and there is a real mystery in this film, and it does keep you interested throughout a good portion of the film, but it moves at such a slow pace. Sometimes when you've got a slow paced film, occasionally you'll get something that will, grab you, and you'll be like, oh yes, okay, I'm going to keep watching this. This never really has that shock factor or a shocking reveal or something happening in the film that is going to keep you gripped or keep you wanting to carry on watching it. It doesn't have that hook, this film, which is a real shame. And I must admit, I struggled with it. I found it a little bit dull. If I'm being particularly honest, it's quite a dull watch, despite the scenery, despite the performances, and despite the concept of the film. So it really does depend, really, if you're willing to put the time and effort into this film, because ultimately, is it worthwhile, the reveal that takes place in regards to what's going on? It's a little anticlimactic, if I'm honest. It never, when the reveal takes place, I'm trying to be careful so I don't give any spoilers away. It doesn't feel... You're kind of hoping it's going to be more than what it is, the actual reveal, and that's all I really want to say on it. You're hoping it's going to be like this huge, like, global, supernatural, or, event that's happened, and it's not really in that league at all. It's something a little bit different. And the clues in the poster, it does say on the poster, I do believe, I think it's... let me just double check what the poster says. You are the experiment. That's the tagline on the poster, so that might give you a clue as to what is actually happening here in the film. So it's not a bad film in any way, shape or form. It's got an interesting premise. It's got, like I said, beautiful scenery, some good direction, some good performers, 3 central characters, and there's, it's got that level of distrust that's between them all as well, and this underlying feel that something sinister is about to happen. It doesn't really, not especially anyway, but ultimately I think this will disappoint a lot of people in regards to the pacing and the reveal and things like that, but it was certainly a decent enough watch. I wouldn't go as far as to say this is a bad film. It's definitely watchable and it's got an interesting premise, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you thought if you've seen this film, and I will be back, of course, with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.